And going up in the ruck there for the Bombers was Stephen Kafafny. And he wins the tap, but have turned it over, and it's come into the hands here of Souter Smith, whose kick just goes straight up in the air and comes out wide. And looks like it's in the hands of Johnson, who centres it to centre half forward. And he's found an option, and this might work out okay here for Berwick Springs. Caden Baselli on the end of it. Baselli hands it off, so here's another chance for Souter Smith. Kick towards goal. Looks pretty good, I tell you what. Has it got the carry? Now it's cut off right on the last line of defence. And the Bombers can force a secondary counter-attack as they go to the outer side of the ground. That was currently there in the hands of Wilson. They look to go to the outer side of the ground. No one can really get a clean possession here. And it will just trickle out of play for the time being. So boundary throwing outer side of the ground. Both Bruckman here. It looks like it will be Souter Smith going in for Berwick Springs, who gets to the front. Or might have been Baselli, in fact. Plenty of numbers surrounding it at the moment. Berwick Springs can go back inside forward 50. Once again, Wilson tracked it back, but he was tackled right away. Huge numbers surrounding it. Was there a tackle off the ball there? Looks like it'll be a free kick going the way of Berwick Springs. So just trying to figure out who's got ball in hand here at the moment. Very big ground. We're probably in the exact opposite spot from where we are at the moment. Probably at least about 150, 200 metres away from us at the moment as we get the old binoculars out, and hopefully we can get a better look in this one. So it is a set shot at goal nonetheless. Pretty good looking kick. It is Souter Smith who's got it online. He just didn't quite make the carry. Here's an opportunity, and the kick is offline and through for a behind. It is across the face. So Berwick Springs with the first score of the afternoon, but it will be Emerald who can counter-attack.
Yeah, so Emerald to bring it back into play here. As you said, Aidan, it's a very, very big ground, so it's a hard one to keep an eye on the commentary side of things, but they bring it out to the back pocket here, and guess what, Aidan? They're using the far side of the ground. Again, this is going to Wadsworth. Wadsworth now looks to bring it back in ball, but he's miskicked the kick, and he's found the player in there in Mark Hall, the vice captain. And they look to send it back inside 50 to Berwick Springs. Can a mark be taken? No, intercepting mark, but it's going to be a free kick paid to the way of Emerald, and it's going to come back into the hands of Wilder. So he's going to have a look now and decide to bring it short and wide. Can he find a teammate? Yes, he can. This is in the hands of the captain, Petter. Petter now has assessed his options and decides just to bring it further down the wing. Can a mark be taken? No. It is dropped there by Dave Johnson, and they're going to wheel it back out here. Berwick Springs. That was in the hands of Morrell. He brings it out wide, but it's been turned over. There's a whistle being blown. It's going to be a free kick going back the way of Emerald. So right on the wing here, or on the boundary in line with the wing. So about halfway the ground. Umpire's blown his whistle. Told him to get the ball moving, and they brought it back in. Have Emerald. This is in the hands of Corsi. Corsi plays on, brings it back into the middle of the ground, puts a kick to the top of the 50. Can a mark be taken? Yes, McConnell. Brodie McConnell takes a well-taken mark there with the one-hander he goes up with there, Aidan, and brings it back in board. Doesn't waste no time getting the ball moving. He gets in the hands of Johnson there. Johnson gets the ball moving. Now they're inside forward 50. Can they create an opportunity here for the first goal on the board? It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Emerald, and this is in the hands of Wilder again. He comes wide. Finds another teammate. And now it's brought back into the middle ground, but it could be turned over. Really well spoiled there. And now they've got another chance here, Berwick Springs. Can they capitalise? No, as Emerald run it back out. Can a mark be taken here? No, it can't, but it's going to be a free kick, and it's going the way of... Maybe that was the netball whistle they've called play on. I don't know. I definitely heard a whistle, Aidan.
Yep.
And now it's gone through the legs of Jake Corsi. A bit of tunnel ball action there. Now Berwick Springs can mop it back up, and they've gone right to the other side and switched it over.
So it's currently in the hands of that man there in Baselli. This is Kyan Baselli, whose kick didn't quite hit the target, but he's got it again, Baselli. So he continues to press down the line once again to the outer side of the ground. Kick turned over momentarily, but unable to take the mark there was Wilson. Gets it under his control now. Emerald can counter-attack once again. Long kick to half forward. It's a pretty good one, and it's got into the hands there of Jake Corsi, who's probably too far out to score. Wheels onto the right boot, chips into the pocket, and that's a beautiful bit of vision onto McGough. who can line them up from about 25 out. Bit of an angle to deal with, and there is a bit of a swirly breeze out there today, as there usually is down here at Clyde. So he's going to have to extricate the way through the wind, McGough. But a good straight kick is important here for Emerald. They've probably not had a lot of the territory so far, so this will be a little bit against the grain if McGough can go back and put this one through. So when he comes, looks okay off the boot. It's coming back, but no, in the end, he's missed everything. So maybe just allowed for too much there, did McGough. So nothing on the board just yet for Emerald. Just the one behind so far to Berwick Springs. Chip kicks fallen short. Petters onto it. He gets the handball back in ball. That's a really nice one to Webb, who centres the ball. Looking for McGough once again, who's got under his control, but he was tackled right away. Here is Dirksen! And it's a free kick. It's been given away. So they get a reprieve in defence to Berwick Springs. Could have been a costly one, but it's going to come back. And the kick going across goal onto McConnell. McConnell did that okay. To Morrill, back to McConnell. Kick just making the required 15 metres. Another short one. And this time in the hands of Miller. Miller, low trajectory ball. Johnson's forced the turnover onto the left boot, but he's turned it over. It's a game of tennis at the moment. And Morrill with it once again. And just once again with a short option as well. So in no real hurry. Another shortish kick down the line. Just marked inside play. Very close there in the end, but Caden Baselli on the end of it. And looks to go further down the field.
Good to see Aiden's gone and clicked the timer. But if we keep going here...
Yeah, I forgot that. I've been pretty good lately.
I had to look over to have a look to see if he's done it, because he's been holding himself prior to that. But kicked down low by Carney, and a mark is taken there by Johnson. Johnson brings it back in ball, but it's turned over. Emerald can come back on the attack for the rebound, 50 by Kapke. Now a long kick, but it's cut off there by McConnell. Intercepting in the defensive 50, and he comes wide to Morrell again. Morrell has a look at his options, touches it on the ground, has nowhere really to go, so brings it back into the middle of the ground. Really well used there. And a mark is taken there by Irwin. Ooh. Irwin brings it wide, but it's turned over. Here come Emerald. Their chance to put it back inside forward 50. Played on. They put it deep. They got McGough deep. Can it might be taken? Yeah. Yes, it can.
Oh.
So McGough will line up directly in front, pretty much in the goal square, to put the first goal on the board for the game.
Well, the amount of marks right on the goal line here, so...
And he's put it through. So here's the first goal of the game. Going the way of Emerald, and it's Jack McGough.
Just had the better of these last couple of minutes, have the Bombers. I think the Titans certainly had the early territory there, but the Bombers just keeping it in their half of the ground, and the pressure eventually leading to the goal. So 1-0-6, the Bombers currently leading Berwick Springs, just the one behind, as we wait for the ball to come back into the middle of the ground. So fairly even contest it is so far, just the one goal in 8 minutes of play. And as Trent mentioned, we're going to have to go off the scoreboard clock here, because only a week off has already put me off my game, and I've forgotten to put the clock on the box. So we just wait for the... once again, Trent as well, the net not really doing its job. I mean, that net only about 3 or 4 metres tall, so not really going to stop too many balls.
The one on the other side's pretty tall when I drove past it before.
Yeah. I will say, though, Trent, I reckon these nets behind the goals, for about every ball they stop going over, about 5 of them do get over the top. So... Yeah. Players need to start with these lower trajectory kicks. But anyway, the ball does come back into the middle of the ground now, so we should get play back underway in a moment.
And it's 18 minutes, isn't it?
It is 18-minute quarters, yes, that's it. So that's why we've been having only these short 23-24. So Mackenzie in the ruck up against Kahapney. Kahapney just getting the better of that tap, but it's Berwick Springs who are going to win the centre clearance. Fairly longish kick to half forward. Can Baselli take the mark? No, he can't. Spills in front of him. Getting in there nicely was Webb, but he's tackled straight away. And he can't break free, so it's going to be a stoppage at half forward for the Titans. So what can they create here, Berwick Springs? Back in their territory of the ground. Kahapney once again wins the tap. Nothing really forthcoming. Umpire just letting him play, and he's got a call holding the ball. So a reprieve for Emerald in defence. Now, just taking a little bit of time here. Eventually, they do get the ball back to the Bombers. Not a whole lot of options at the moment. A couple of leads here from Johnson and Lewis as well, and eventually they decide to go across goal. Another longish kick to the wing, and Lewis is going to be on the end of this one. So Lewis Not really too sure where to go. He just continues to go further down the line. It's a pretty good kick as well. Finds Rich. So pretty slow build up at the moment for the Bombers. Plenty of room to work with. So Rich just wheels onto that right boot into the centre of the ground looking for Dirksen. Coming in from the back there with a fist was Malik. He probably could have marked it, but it's going to work out in the end here for Berwick Springs. Getting onto the end of that was Tom Nelson. Clever little handball on that time to, gee, that's an interesting one, Marco Giulio or something like that. Anyway, might have turned it over once again here, Berwick Springs. Dangerous tackle, was it? High tackle advantage called. So Berwick Springs once again can go here. Morrill getting it under his control. Being tackled, though, is Morrill. And once again, Emerald can counter-attack with that kick also turned over. Now Berwick Springs with another opportunity. Beautiful kick as well. Once again to Souter Smith. He's just going to take his time for the moment. So Souter Smith loads up on the right boot. Long kick inside forward 50. Baselli's there. Plenty of Emerald defenders coming in from the side, though. Getting the kick clear for the moment is Causey, and he goes out wide. And once again, Emerald can rebuild. Long kick down the line's a pretty good one too. This time to Adrian Russo. Did pretty well, centering the ball. That's a really good kick on this occasion too to Nick Russo. And now they can start to build Emerald. Kick to half forward's a pretty good one. Goes over the head of that man there in Seskus. It might still work out though. Beautiful kick to Johnson.
Not sure what happened there, but losing his feet there was Cameron Miller, and he's pleading the umpire. So obviously maybe he thought a push was unwarranted off the play.
Yeah, interesting one there. So David Johnson, reasonably far out, at least about 45 metres, and on a better similar kind of degree angle as well. So it's going to be a pretty tricky kick from this spot. In he comes now to give Emerald their second goal. Looks like he's manicured it pretty well through the wind, but just hasn't brought it back enough, so it's a behind. So Emerald 117, currently leading Berwick Springs, just the one behind. We've been going 12 minutes into quarter number one.
It's Berwick Springs to bring it back into play. That's a pretty good kick. Right at the top of the 50 and a mark taken there by Connor Gully. He gives the hands back over to Nelson. Now Nelson can link up with a few here and then brings it even wider. Can it might be taken? Yes, it can. Nicely taken there by Chris Johnson. Johnson trying to direct his players around. Can't find something he likes, so he opts just to go short. And here they're looking something. They're giving a 25-metre penalty away for something I didn't quite see what it was, aided and gone by the crowd. It wasn't something that they liked. So 25-metre penalty has applied. And now he's telling his forwards to come at him, and that they do. Can it might be taken? No, it's going to fall short. But it's deep in the 450. Berwick Springs picking it up. Snap towards goal. No good. It's going to go through for a minor score, and that was in the hands of Misso. So Berwick Springs yet to kick a goal. Got the two behinds. Emerald to bring it back into play. Assessing their options. They go wide and long. Can it might be taken? Yes, it can. Just near the scoreboard over there. And they bring it out in wide and they go to Carasoni. Carasoni can bring it in and taking it well there. Now, this is Rich. He puts a kick inside 450. McGoff is there again. Can it might be taken? Yes, he can. Takes a nice mark over his head. Has the player all out on his own here. He's looking to get it to him, but he's just missed the kick. Had a player out there in Jake Petter, the captain, but unfortunately the kick just wasn't there, and they can link up through there. Getting the handball away. There was Nelson, and they look to go wide for McConnell, and McConnell gets it even wider over to Irwin. No, Green, sorry. Green puts it down the line. Can it might be taken? No, it's dropped. It's a crucial drop. Now the Emerald player piles on him. How's the umpire going to see this? It's going to be given holding the ball. So it's going to be a shot on goal here now for Emerald. Probably a bit far out. It's Jake Petter, I believe.
Dirksen,
I think. Oh, they've thrown it back to someone, so it was neither of them. Webb. Top of the 50. Can it might be taken? No, it can't. Going hard after is Lewis. Can he get his hand on it? No, it's going to be helped over the line and rushed behind for a minor score. So Berwick Springs, although probably dominated the first start of the play, are under a bit of pressure here. Nelson brings it back in.
Cunningham in the back pocket. Just goes short with a kick. And just building it slow once again are the Titans. Not a bad little one there again to Cameron Miller. We look to the broadcast side of the ground. Now we look to the outer side, and that's where he does go. Long one. It's over the head of everyone. It heads towards the boundary line. It will be thrown back into play. So nearly 15 minutes gone. Just the one goal at the moment. The breeze certainly being a little bit tricky, not just for shots at goal, but just kicks inside forward 50. You really got to allow for it. So pretty good boundary throw in. Malik to the front, but it was Kahafni who won the tap, and it's going to come back here for the Bombers. Dirksen on the end of this kick. Looked to hand it off, but in the end he goes with a low spearing ball inside forward 50, but he's turned it over momentarily. Johnson laid a strong tackle. And we'll have a stoppage about 50 out from goal here for the Bombers. And getting a little bit willing out there too as well. A couple of players just getting involved. So Dirksen will go up in the ruck this time for the Bombers as a free kick. It's been paid by the outer zone umpire. It's going to go Emerald's way.
Yeah, it's a bit of feeling. We saw it at the end of the reserves game just before Aiden. There's a bit of feeling coming. It's like it's carried over to this game.
It has carried into this game, Trent. So a shot at goal will take place here, and it looks like it will be David Johnson who will line up as well. And he should be within range. But it just seems to be the wind that's the real problem here. So Johnson, second opportunity for him. So it's David Johnson taking the shot at goal. In fact, it's Chris Johnson who's got the man on the mark duty. So in comes Johnson now. Kick looks pretty good off the boot. And once again, just across the face.
Yeah, so I reckon that's what it was before, because we're parked right near the netball court. So there's a whistle coming from behind me.
Yes, there is, exactly right, Trent. So Irwin in the back pocket. Long down the line. Has he turned it over? Yes, he has. So Emerald can reload. And it's a 25-metre penalty, so this will be another shot at goal. Looks like Russo, I think.
Which one?
Yeah, that's all. It's a bit of a tricky one, isn't it? So it's one of the Russos, we do believe. It's Miso manning the mark. So a shot at goal from about 45 metres out, and this seems to be a very tricky spot, the way the wind's blowing at the moment. So in comes Russo now. They lead by 7 points. That's a floater. It's not going to make the journey. Johnson got up, but he couldn't quite take the mark down. And we've got the all clear, so it's a touch behind.
What's the umpire?
Now we're waiting for confirmation. I certainly don't think that... Oh, gee, I thought the goal umpire was about to signal a goal. So it's a touch behind. So Berwick Springs can get moving out of defence once again.
McConnell to bring it back in. Tries to go short, but misuses his kick. Johnson gets the handball back to McConnell. Handballed over the top. Berwick Springs are under a heap of pressure here. Ooh. Has the umpire said, oh, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry for that reaction, but he did not have any.
That is a red hot. Very red hot.
Chris Johnson's not happy with it. The umpire saying, don't you question my authority. Jeez, he really didn't get happy there, did he?
No.
As they line back up here, Emerald to put in another goal on the board. Oh, it's hit the post. Didn't quite see who kicked that. Did you, Aiden?
I know who it is. He just won't turn around and give me his number.
As the ball looks to be brought back in here. Now, Berwick Springs need to get it out of this defensive 50 because they're under big pressure, so they play on and go long, looking for Sally, unable to hold the mark, chasing it after. There's Misso, but here come Emerald through Cannon. They're running it back into the forward 50, but he's been helped over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So two rucks get ready to battle.
That was McGough who missed that one, Trent.
So now, had a couple of chances. Ball's thrown back in here. Berwick Springs win the tap down. It's probably going to go over another throw, and yes, it does. So we go again here with the two ruckmen. So it's going to be Lewis and McKenzie. As the ball's thrown in, Lewis probably got a bit of that as they run it through. Berwick Springs, they need to get it out of here, and a kick, which would they hope would have been a clearing kick. It's just gone high up, so they go, who wants to catch that? As Emerald get it, they put it back inside 450. McGough's on a 2-on-1. McConnell flies, unable to hold the chest mark, but goes back and gets it with the second. Evans did really well there, and Berwick Springs can breathe for a moment as another punch is punched down. Can we get it here? Berwick Springs tackle. Oh, just got the kick away, which helped him not being holding the ball. Could there be a dangerous tackle there? And yes, it is.
Yeah, it had to be. Carasoni just taking down McCoulia there, who never had the ball, I don't even think, Trent. So McCoulia at half back. Looks further afield. Low trajectory balls. Oh, it's over the head of Hillman. And Kahafni will get the free kick, I think it was in the end. Just got a little bit of high contact. And he's run into the man of the mark, and it's holding the ball.
I thought he handled.
Yeah, he might have, but maybe a little square up for the one before. So Miso with a free kick, chips it into the middle. It's a dangerous one. McGough, is it? No, it's not McGough, sorry. That was actually Miso once again. Wadsworth, sorry. Looking at the wrong team list, so we'll have a stoppage on the broadcast side wing. So both rucks to do battle. Mackenzie just got the better of that one. Getting taken on the tackle there was Miso. Umpire calls them to go. Souter Smith got it away just in time. Baselli under all sorts of pressure. It wasn't Baselli, sorry. In fact, it was Rick Green. So Emerald just winning the territory here for the moment as it looks like Noah Van Haren.
Josh Reach has just got one to the gut there. Behind play.
He's pretty sore as well.
Just a little swinging forearm.
Van Haren sells the candy. Gets close enough, and then that's a beautiful kick. And Causey on the end of it can go back and line them up from about 40 out.
It's one of the rib ticklers he got.
Here we go. So this is Jake Causey it is. So him and Dylan both coming across from Yarra Junction last year. So the far side seems to be a little bit of a tricky spot. We'll see what the crowd side does. Trent, might be our day if this is the easiest spot to kick from. They might stay on this side.
I hope so.
Causey, in he comes. That looks pretty good. And he's got it. There we go. Second goal of the day for Emerald.
And they're really dominating this playing now here, Aiden, in the later parts. Well, probably after about the 6-minute mark of the first quarter that I reckon they've really got on top here.
Yeah, they certainly have, Trent. I think the first 5 minutes was probably Berwick Springs, but ever since it's been Emerald. But accuracy not been a fan so far of Emerald. But as I say, the wind does seem to be causing a few tricks at the moment. But the Bombers still nonetheless got a 15-point margin as the ball goes back into the middle of the ground as we start to near the end of quarter number 1. And the Bombers should be pretty happy with their efforts so far with a 15-point margin.
Yeah, so 22 minutes gone in the quarter. Ball thrown up, and there's the siren to end the quarter. A bit of push and shove happened afterwards too.
Here at McMullen Reserve. So both rucks to do battle. Strong tackle late on that occasion there. That was on Maculia. And it'll be take 2 in the centre. So up it goes. Gaffney just got the better of that tap. Now Berwick Springs can go back the other way. Getting the spoil in there was Wilder, but he's given away the free kick. So we'll come back here on this occasion to Caden Baselli. Man of the mark at 49 metres. So imagine Baselli probably going to have to kick from about 53, 54. It's a pretty big kick required. I don't think the breeze has really changed direction either, so it's going to be a pretty tricky one, but a much-needed one coming up for Berwick Springs if he can do it. Currently trailing by 15 points at the moment are the Titans, so Baselli begins his run-up. And yet from about 54, distance not a problem, but it is offline once again. So first score of the second quarter going the way of the Titans, and it's their third behind. As Emerald look to bring it back and play through Thomas. Missed the kick, but it might still work out okay at the moment for the Bombers. Currently in the hands of that man there in Polar. And now they work it through the outer side of the ground. Handball over the top once again to Polar, who's under all sorts of pressure. Needs to get rid of it. He does. He might have turned it over there. Oh, good strong tackle. That was on Nick Russo. Coming in was Rich. And it's a free kick here for the Titans for a throw. And they can go back the other way. They can send it back inside forward 50. Long kick. Not a bad looking one. It's a beautiful one in the end too. And on the end of the kick there was Jet Carney. You can line up from 45 out directly in front. So another opportunity early for Berwick Springs, and they really need this one to go through. Trailing by 14 points at the moment. Still plenty of time in the game, of course, but very important to try and get themselves into it early days. So Carney can begin his approach right now. Distance shouldn't be a problem. It's all about accuracy with this wind. In he comes. Starts it a little right, coming back, and he's hit the post. So another missed opportunity there for the Titans. 4 behinds they are, trailing Emerald at 2-5-17. Bringing it back into play here is Sam Cannon. And just with a short little kick there to Rich. Rich looking further afield. And once again, he just goes short with a kick, and it just works out okay in the end. And he's found Thomas.
So Thomas now with ball in hand. Kick just falls short, but they managed to pick it up. And now they're mopping it up here. And now they've got the clearing kick down the line, just underneath the scoreboard. Kenna might be taking, yes, and it's a really nice strong mark going back with the flight. So Berwick Springs can rebound here, and they get that short kick, and they've got it in the hands now of Souter Smith. Souter Smith brings it wide and finds Misso. Misso brings it even wider. Can Amar be taken? Yes, it can. Play on, so then bring it back down towards us. That's a really, really nice kick there to Morale. Morale immediately plays on, puts it along inside 450, but to no one in particular. And they can mop it up here, Emerald, and reset and have a look at their options. And they've played on now. A long kick down the line. Can Amar be taken? No, it can't. But going in hard. There was Misso again. He started this game well, Aiden. Misso goes in, gets a handball out. Now a long handball looking for Morale. Can he gather it? Hillman's there as well. Hillman tackles. No one really grabbing that ball. Now a clearing kick there by Webb. But it's mopped up by the Berwick Springs. Can they keep it going here? Running around Souter Smith, and that's a beautiful kick. Unable to hold the mark, but Reed gathers himself. And Cannon now can get it. Goes down the line. Bit of game of tennis, like you said before, Aiden. Just going back and forth like a seesaw. So now, Russo. And again, it's not making it past this little part right in front of us. But a holding the man free kick could open it up here, and that's what's happened. It's going to go the way of Berwick Springs, and it's going to Misso. Misso now gives a shit kick. Josh Rich goes early. Don't know how that wasn't a free kick against him, but he'll take it because Emerald now with ball in hand. They look to go out wide. Can the bounce be friendly? No, it's not there for Edwards. Berwick Springs have a chance now. Kick to the top of the square. Can it might be taken? No, it can't. And it's touched on the line. Didn't quite see whose boot that came off. But it is touched on the line, Aiden, and go through for a minor score.
So Cannon with the kick in duties once again for the Bombers. Just brings it back in for the moment. So Causey, long kick down the line. Looking for McGough. He can't quite take the mark, and it trickles over the boundary line. And it will be brought back into play here by the boundary umpire. So accuracy not really been a friend of Berwick Springs so far. Really need to try and find a couple of openings. So Caffney from the back. Here is Webb. Oh, sorry, no, it was Webb in fact. Causey back to Webb. Thomas. A lot of handballing going at the moment for Emerald. They might be out now. Russo takes it under his wing. Has a bounce as well. Might have a second one. No. Pops over the top to Dirksen. Dirksen back to Russo. This is Nick. Sells the candy. Busts through the tackle. Dirksen with it once again. Short little chip kick is a beauty. And they might be out the back. The Bombers have run themselves into a bit of trouble though. And oh dear, that's a costly mistake. It might still stay in play for them. No, it won't. Gee, just very interesting decision there. So it'll be a boundary thrown at half forward now for the Bombers. And it was a really good build-up, but just little interesting decisions made. And a bit of a reprieve there for Berwick Springs. So Dirksen wins the tap. And it's going to be a free kick to Emerald here. No, Berwick Springs it is in fact, so Mackenzie. Handballs it back, looking for Hillman. The kick, it goes over the head of Gaffney. Hillman. He's had to move forward this game. Bit of an interesting one. Did really well there, Riley Hillman. Won the ground ball. Long kick going forward. Can Baselli take the mark? Yes, he can. He's got no one at home, though. So he's going to have to wait Baselli. Emerald getting numbers back as well, so probably not the ideal situation. Baselli loads up on the right boot. It's a high kick as well. To a one-on-one contest. It's a good mark. Kick out the back. It's a goal. Now, was it a free kick? No, umpires paid it. Whittingham has put it through. Emerald wanted a free kick for a push, but I think he used the body pretty well there in the end, Whittingham. And Berwick Springs eventually get their first goal for the game, and it's back to a 6-point margin.
Yes. So now they're coming back here. They got their first goal on the board. Looks to be the scoring end here, Aiden. So lucky for us, because that's right in front of us. We have the front row seats to it.
I think you're exactly right, Trent. And it does seem to be this side of the ground that's a little bit easier to take shots at goal from, Trent. So I'm hoping the players will catch on to that as well. Might make the call a bit easier for us, because it's a big ground here at Mick Borland, and we do need to use the binoculars a little bit when we're here. So the ball going back into the middle now. So Berwick Springs with their first goal at the 7.5-minute mark of the second quarter, but better late than never.
Yes, as they bring the ball back into play here. It's going to be a ball up between the two ruckmen. Capco just taps it over his head. Can Emerald get a clear clearance? Rich gets a handball out there to Kashoni. Now they go, link up for a couple of hands. And they're making their way out here. They get it back to Corsi. Corsi puts it inside forward 50. Can Amar be taken? No, it can't. But it's in their forward 50. They haven't seen much of it this quarter yet. There's opportunity here. Can they get it? Berwick Springs defensive 50 under pressure. There's a free kick being picked out. Which way is it going? Berwick Springs way. So they have a little sign of relief. So bring it wide. Can Amar be taken? Yes, they can. Another player who's the player who I said started this game well, Michael Misso gets it, but that's a good in just to have Demar by Kapenka there.
Kahafney, I think it is.
Kahafney?
Yep.
Yep. So he brings it in ball. That's a really nice kick. Finds Russo. Russo brings it wide, gets it into the hands there of, I couldn't quite see.
Webb.
Webb. I thought it said number 10. I was going through my sheet looking for a 10. I was like, there's no 10, Aiden. But we get a ball moving. Berwick Springs now. Bring it back over this side, guys. Come on. As they get it going. There's a free kick being given, but Berwick Springs, have they paid the advantage? Yes, they have. So they get the ball moving. Not a very clean kick, but they just get it in there. Baselli gets it back to Hillman. Hillman puts it on his boot, snapping around his body. Morrell's there.
Oh.
Morrell out the back, spins around one, but he's tackled. He might be in trouble here. Oh, I think he might have escaped that, Aiden. So they're going to ball it back in.
Yeah, he got the right bounce, didn't he? Trent, it bounced over the top of Van Haren, but Van Haren sticking the tackle straight away. So it's going to be thrown back into play. Getting to the front spot there is Baselli. Could have almost grabbed out of the ruck, but he taps it down to one of his teammates. Now, I'll tell you what, a kick towards goal has bounced home. How about that? Something from nothing and scores a level.
I think that's Whittingham again.
We'll find out in a moment. It was just a quick kick from the pocket and it's rolled its way through. Got the nice bounce. And Berwick Springs have done that pretty well. So scores at the moment 2-5-17 apiece. As we've just about gone 10 minutes into quarter number 2. And once again, our mystery goal kicker there not showing us the number. We'll find out in a moment as the ball goes back into the middle. Trent will sort that one out for us in a second. So once again, Cafty in the ruck up against Mackenzie. Mackenzie goes early and just probably got the better of that tap as well.
Yeah, Whittingham again.
Yeah, it was second. Whittingham. There you go. So he's the only goal kicker for Berwick Springs. And they've won the centre clearance here too. Beautiful kick there that occasion. Finding Cunningham. Cunningham, where can he go? Long to the top of the square. 2-1-1. It might go over the head. It does. And it's offline. So pretty good build-up here for Berwick Springs. And they do have the lead back. First time since early stages in the second quarter. So Cunningham there with a behind. So we wait for the ball to come back into play. So Whittingham, the only goal kicker for the Titans. Oh, dangerous one. It's turned over. Come back in the hands of Carney and holding the ball so they get out of trouble to Emerald. Back into the hands of Brendan Wilson. Short with a kick. Oh, it just gets into the hands there of Wadsworth. So Wadsworth, low trajectory ball. And he finds a target, Van Haren. One of the young stars of this Emerald lineup. Unfortunately missed the grand final last year. Again, low trajectory ball and just gets to Lewis. So just a methodical build-up at the moment for the Bombers. Lewis again, chips it in short. That's a good strong mark taken there. And is that Wadsworth again? Is it? Yes, it is. So good work right there by Ewan Wadsworth to get further down the ground. Much longer kick this time off the left boot. No mark can be taken. Spills through the hands and Berwick Springs might be on the counter-attack. This is Baselli. Kicks across goal. Not Baselli. Sorry, it was Rick Green it was. And now Berwick Springs can go to the far side of the ground. Hillman chasing after it. Closely pursued by Thomas. Thomas, good dumping tackle laid there on Hillman. And now Emerald can go back inside forward 50. And they've found the target. Play on. Kick towards goal. Is home. Russo's put it through. Good finish there for the Bombers. I don't think it was Russo, sorry. In fact, I think it was Isaac Seskus who's put it through. So Emerald back in front, 3-5-23. Currently leading Berwick Springs 2-6-18. A 5-point difference it is at the moment. 12 minutes gone into quarter number 2 as we wait for the ball to come back into the middle. So a pretty evenly contested game it is at the moment. A little bit more scoring happening this quarter now as well. Emerald getting their first goal for the quarter as the ball's back in the middle.
Ball's brought back. It's going to be 2 ruckmen to go at it. Ball's thrown up here. And a clear tap one there by the Berwick Springs ruckman in Malik. As now they can try and get the ball moving here. Morrell gets it, runs around one. They can put a kick inside forward 50. Can he find a teammate flying high there and going early was Carney. And he's giving away a free kick. So kicking it now is Polar. Goes short. So Emerald not out the clear of the defensive 50 yet. They bring it wide. Can it might be taking a hold? Yeah, it's pretty well done. In fact, there to Wilder. Wilder brings it along. Can it might be taken? Yeah, that's a good mark. And playing on straight away, in fact, was Wilson. Wilson gets the ball moving, looking for Lewis. Drops, probably should have taken. Now they can go, Berwick Springs can go through Carney. That's a nice, well-weighted kick. And playing on there is, they kick it, it's on its way, and it's just off target there by Cunningham. Probably one that he should have finished there, Aiden.
Yeah, disappointing one, Trent. He didn't have a lot of pressure on him, so a bit of a rude opportunity there. So, yeah, Cannon with another opportunity.
Cannon now to bring the ball back in. We know he's a stumping kick as he brings the ball back into play. That's a really nice kick, and it's going to work well here for Emerald. They need to get the ball moving, get it back on their turns. That's a nice long handball. This could break the game open here. If they can get around one, yes, they do. They get the handball out the back here. This is now in the hands of Thomas. Thomas assesses his options and puts a low darting kick into the forward 50. Can a mark be taken? No, it can't. But they're still there with the pressure there. Umpire blows his whistle, or her whistle, sorry. And she's going to bowl it up. As the ruckman get ready to set. Ball's thrown up here. No real winner in the tap there. Probably Dirksen got probably a little bit of the better. And as the free kick being picked down, it's going to go the way of Berwick Springs here. So Berwick Springs can get that rebound 50 here. In fact, it's going the way of Emerald. I think she just pointed the wrong way. So Nick Russo now puts it inside forward 50. Can it might be taken? McGough is playing it. The umpire says, no, you didn't have front position. I think it was a very good choice as they keep it going. Whoa. Brings it wide. It could be turned over here. But no, doing really well there, in fact, was the Berwick Springs player as they bring it wild to the goal kick and Whittingham. Whittingham now runs, has one bounce, has two bounces, uses his sidestep, snaps around his body. Can a mark be taken? No, it can't. Well spoiled there by Wilder. But they have another chance to go back in and get it here. Whittingham goes in again. Can he get it cleanly? Yes, he can, but he's tackled straight away. Probably didn't have it. Umpire agrees. In fact, it's just a sling tackle. Either or, he's going to have a free kick. The only goal scorer, he's going to line up for his third, but probably a bit far out, Aiden.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's a genuine 50-metre arc here too, so I don't know if Whittingham's going to have the trip.
So you can see.
Oh no, it's a reversal. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
That is just ridiculous. Why would you do that? I think it was Johnson too, Trent.
It was, in fact, Johnson. So they're not going to be able to even have their shot on goal here, Aiden.
There we go. So
and 25.
25. That's just poor discipline. So Chris Johnson's given away the free kick, and it's gone to David Johnson. And Johnson plays on. Low trajectory ball is a beauty. And he's found Causey, who can line them up from, I'm guessing, about 35 out. It's a bit tricky to see from here. We'll pull out the old binoculars once again.
Just wasn't needed, was it, Aiden?
No, it was absolutely ridiculous, Trent. I don't know why you do something like that. You've got a free kick, you're a chance to kick a goal, and now it's gone back the other way, and Emerald are lining up. So this could be the old two-goal turnaround, as they like to call it, Trent. So Causey, this to make it a 10-point difference for the Bombers.
He's already kicked one as well.
Just about to head into red time into quarter two as well. So Causey, in he comes. Goes out on an arc. It looks pretty good. It's holding the line. Has it got the trip? Yes, it does. Causey's put it through. And that is his second goal of the afternoon, Jake Causey. So he's doing it pretty well at the moment. The Bombers have got 4 goals, 4-5-29. Lead Berwick Springs 2-7-19. And Trent, what a costly mistake there from Chris Johnson.
Yeah, it's just something that they didn't really need to. And now they can push their lead out further here. Emerald off the back of what probably should have been an opportunity for Berwick Springs to hit the lead.
Yeah, so it's a disappointment. So it comes back into the middle of the ground. Causey with a fantastic finish there as well. So scores as it stands as a 10-point difference for those just tuning in. 4-5-19 are Emerald, leading Berwick Springs 2-7-19 as the sun cracks out here at Clyde North. And it's back in the middle once again. Cahafney in the ruck. Not up against Mackenzie this time. Looks like he's up against Malik, and Berwick Springs might be able to win the centre clearance here. Johnson probably needs to make up for that one. He just cost them, but it comes out to Carasoni, who handballs all the way back to Dylan Causey, who's under a little bit of pressure, but eventually he can center the ball. It's a dangerous kick. It nearly was cut off there by Malik. Couldn't quite complete the job. Tracking it back beautifully there was Fletcher, but he's tackled right away. Good pressure laid here by Webb. Now Dirksen got the handball away. Lewis, long kick inside forward, 52, a one-on-one. Oh, beautifully done there by Aidan Nelson. Steadfast in defence, and he can get them moving. In fact, that was Nelson on the end of this kick. So I've had a little blue there, but anyway, Nelson searches down the ground, long kick looking for Baselli in a one-on-one with Gaffney. Caselli bodied him out beautifully and he can chase after the ball, but applying the pressure once again there is Wilder. And he can take it over the boundary line. It'll be thrown back into play.
Yes, the ball get thrown back in. I think it might have been Fletcher who gave it off to Nelson. He did really well down deep in there. Baselli did well here with the body work. Just unfortunately the bounce probably didn't favour him very much. The body work was all done well there to get him in the best position as the ball's thrown back in here. Berwick Springs get the tap there through Malik. Now they can go back inside forward. 50 can be taken. No, it can't. Mopping it up there for Berwick Springs. In fact, was Cunningham. There's a snap around the body, but it's going to only go as far as Emerald. Deep in the back 50. And a kick there. Given to Matt Edwards. Edwards telling his players to come at him. And he opts to go short. Is that the required distance?
Nope.
No, it's not. He went to Webb. Webb back to Edwards. How are they getting out of this goal? Good shrug of the tackle there. He's going to get a high contact free kick. So it's going to come back into the hands of Dylan Causey. So they can probably reset, but also allows Berwick Springs a chance to man up and plays when they possibly could have been out. So Dylan Causey now brings it down the line. Can it be taken? No, it can't. There's going to be a free kick going the way of Berwick Springs, and it's going to come back to Reece Fletcher. Fletcher now has the opportunity to put him back inside 450, goes short to a leading player. Can it be taken? No, it can't. Kapanki gets underneath this one, gives it to Dirksen, tries to body his way through it, and he does! He's a steam dozer! Rolls his way through there, and it's going to be a high contact free kick. He just went steamrolled him.
That was
Get out of my way, son. This is my turf. And they go back in here. Who can get on the end of this? It could be a free kick given to Berwick Springs and Cameron Miller. No, it's not. The umpire's going to bowl it up. You like that, didn't you, Aidan?
Dirksen, that was unbelievable, Trent. He just said, get out of my way, and he pushed him off.
I thought he was gone for a second. Thought he bit too much that he could chew, but he didn't. Now, kick smothered off the boot of Wadsworth. Getting a handball over the top there was Webb. Now another kick can be over to Lewis, but nicely spoiled there. But mopping it up there is Adrian Rosso, and he's off. He dashes, puts it inside forward 50. Can it be taken? No, it can't. Bit of holding on Johnson, but they say play on. There is the man, the steamroller Dirksen knocks it on to their favour. Back to Adrian Rosso. Rosso puts it to the top of the square. Can it be taken? No, it can't. But they get it. They mop it up. It's kicked towards goal. McConnell now gets it, tries to mop it back up, and they're out of trouble for now. Getting it underneath here is Nelson. Nelson puts a long kick down the line. Can it be taken? No, it's over Kopecki's head. Now knocking it forward. Unable to get anything really clean. Wadsworth gets it. Gets the handball back to Rich. Rich puts Coursey into the clear. Coursey turns around. Puts it on his boot. And it's intercepted there by the Berwick Springs player.
So they can go back.
Baselli. Kyan Baselli, that is.
So Baselli at centre half back just goes short with a kick to Miso. Miso now goes over to the far side of the ground. It's a dangerous one, though. And Emerald, there a chance. Long kick inside forward. 50. Has found the target. Lewis can line them up from only about 15 metres out on a slight angle. So an opportunity here for the Bombers to go 16 points ahead, and Lewis puts it through. Kick around the body is through. And Emerald 5-5-35. Lead Berwick Springs 2-7-19. 21 and a half gone into quarter number 2. And disappointing here for Berwick Springs, just getting themselves back into the game earlier in the quarter, but the Bombers with a good response. Kicked the last 3 goals of the game and just getting a little bit of a break, and it's a low-scoring one too, so a 16-point margin. Most welcome here for Emerald as the ball comes back into the middle now. So they need to find a response here, Berwick Springs, before half-time. 22 minutes already gone, so there won't be too long left in these 18 and time-on quarters. So Kahafney back in the ruck. Once again up against Malik. As we wait for it to be thrown back up. Here we go. Kahafney wins the tap. Just miss Russo. That was Nick. And this is a good strong tackle laid here by Malik. So it's going to be take 2 on the centre. Both Brocks to do battle once again. Going up early was Malik, and he did win the tap down to Souter Smith. He's tackled straight away, though. Now Rich gets it under his control. Just goes with a high up and under ball to a 1-on-1. Fletcher up against Seskus. No, Webb it is, in fact. And Fletcher did well. Took the intercept mark. Chips it down the line, but his kick probably not the greatest. Doing really well there was Wilder. Gets it under his control. Tapped it forward. Now goes with a handball over the top. It's a beautiful one as well to McGough. Got the handball away just in time. Webb under a bit of pressure, but he got the kick away. It's a beautiful one too. To Russo. Fake the handball one way. Then goes the other. Looking for that man there, and Dylan Causey. Did it well, back to McGough, who centres the ball. It might spill over the back. Can Petter get under his control? No, the siren beats him. And that is half-time here at Clyde North, and the scores at the moment. Second half action underway here at Mickball Reserve. And Cahaffney does pretty well to win the tap on that occasion. Rich just kicks it around his body for the time being. It's an up and under ball. Was that a mark? No. Yes. Just getting his hands under it there, I think, was Cunningham. No, it wasn't Cunningham. In fact, it was McConnell who goes out wide with the kick. He's found a teammate as well. A little chip kick to half forward's a pretty good one. And now they can load here, the Titans. Long kick to full forward. Can a mark be taken? Baselli couldn't quite get it. Kaimas chases it to the pocket. Does he keep it in play? Yes, he can. Wheels back onto the left boot. Centres the ball. It's a beautiful kick. And he's done brilliantly there, and he's found Cunningham, who can line them up from point-blank range. And this will be just the start that the Titans need to get this second half underway. 50 seconds already into the first quarter. Cunningham, in he comes. And it holds the line. It was heading towards that right goal post. But he does enough, does Cunningham, and he's put it through for a goal.
Hand on heart type of stuff there, Aiden.
Dear, oh dear. So Ryan Cunningham puts through his first goal of the afternoon after a couple of missed opportunities. And Berwick Springs 3-7-25, trailing Emerald 5-5-35. Just the start that the Titans needed. An early first goal here as we wait for the ball to come back in the middle. And yeah, it was very tight, that one, but it will do as long as it just goes through those two big posts. And that's all Cunningham will be thinking at the moment. So it's back in the middle once again. Cahaffney and McKenzie to do battle here as well. Been doing it for most of the day. So, interesting here. Do Emerald get the response? Can Berwick Springs get another one? Be just very interesting if they could get another goal here, the Titans, and suddenly it's back to 4 points just like that. So up it goes. McKenzie and Cahaffney once again. Cahaffney won the tap. Wadsworth was tackled straight away. It'll be take two in the centre. Titans just gaining about a metre or two. So the umpire throws it aloft once again. Cahaffney just getting a little finger tipper on it. Plenty of numbers for both teams here. It's a free kick for kicking in danger, and the Bombers are away.
So the Bombers are away, as you said, Aiden. They bring it in the forward 50 to forward handball, looking for Petter. Petter gets after it, gets a handball there, and they've got a chance here to get it. They get it back to Seskus there. Can they get the clearing kick around the body? No, they can't, but now they've got it. Top of the square, McGough is there. He's shepherded over the line, but it's going to go through just for a minor score. Didn't quite capture whose boot that came off.
Carasoni, I believe it was.
Carasoni. We'll go with that one, Aiden, as they look to bring it back in. This is through Irwin. Irwin now brings it wide, and it's done safely in the hands there of Nelson. Nelson now, kick's probably turned over a bit there. It's on the far side. Going to have to make sure the seat's a bit further away this time so I don't knock it over this week, Aiden. But they get it moving. And so whistle being blown. The free kick going the way of... I think it's Berwick's, no, Emerald, sorry. And they bring it back to Seskus. Seskus links up with a handball. Now they get the ball moving. A thumping kick inside forward 50. Petter's there. He's waiting to crumb it. And that he does. He's underneath it now. Gives a handball over the top. Another running handball. A shot on goal. Can it might be taken? No, it's dropped. Dropped to the square. Russo shimmies around one. Starts it on his boot. And puts it through.
It's going to be a conference.
Adrian Russo did beautifully there. He dropped the mark originally, but shimmied his way around the opponent in the square. Snapped it around his body now. We're just getting confirmation. Did this go over the post? Berwick Springs were pleading that went over the post. The goal umpire is not sure.
Russo was adamant, but of course, you know, he's going to claim the goal.
I think she's going to...
There we go, behind.
Oh, she's going to give her a behind.
Oh, there we go.
Interesting. So they're going to bring it back in through Irwin. Irwin again plays on from fullback. Kick, a long kick down the line. No mark can be taken there. Was looking for Mackenzie. Now it's on the far side. Emerald have it in their hands again. They link up for a couple of hands. Rich has the ball now. Tries to get it to Lewis. The ball is smothered on its way, but they still have ball in hand. Now this is in the hands of Wilson. Wilson puts a kick inside forward. 50 Kidamabi taken in. A nice one-hander taken there by Irwin, who started this play. So Irwin now back as he turned this kick over. I think he might have. Picking up it is Nicholas Russo. Russo, boot on the ball. And it's got to go through for a minor score. So Emerald, couple of chances they've missed now.
That's 3 points early days in this third quarter, and both Russos have missed an opportunity. So Berwick Springs can go the other way. Morrell's got ball in hand for the moment. Little chip kick and he's turned it over. Costly one that could be. So Wilson's got ball in hand, sends it back the other way looking for McGough. Oh, it's through the hands. A reprieve for the Berwick Springs defence. The handball comes away. It's over the head of Morrell and it'll be thrown back into play. So stoppage inside forward 50 for Emerald, who just had the dominance these last couple of minutes, but missing opportunities. So it looks like it'll be Johnson to go up in the ruck here against Mackenzie. Mackenzie to the front, but Johnson did well. Here's Causey. Oh, tackled just at the last moment. It was well done. Johnson burrows his way through, but he can't bust the tackle. Berwick Springs desperately trying to get the ball out of there. They've got numbers around. Petter laying a strong tackle. It's anyone's ball. They've done it well, the Titans. Morrell with it. Keeps it in play. Long kick down the line. It's Totor, though. Kahafney up against Baselli. Tracking it back was Wilder. Got to get the handball. Oh, did beautifully. Sold the candy. It's a wobbling ball. Lewis, no. Can't quite take the mark. And beautifully done by Fletcher. Breaks away. His kick was smothered. Carasoni, can he get under his control? Yes, he can. Chips it inside the forward 50. McGough, is it?
Yep.
Has taken the mark. That's an opportunity for the Bombers. Frantic bit of football. And in the end, it'll be Jack McGough who can line up from about 25 metres out with just a little bit of an angle to deal with. So this is probably what the Bombers need. They've had the dominance these last couple of minutes. They just haven't had the conversion. So McGough, I think he's already kicked just the one goal so far this afternoon. He has. He's 1 goal, 1 at the moment. So what can he do? It's been a tricky day for goal kicking. In he comes. Stabs at it a little bit, but it's straight over the goal umpire's cap. It's through. It's a 19-point margin. Emerald 6-8-44, leading Berwick Springs 3-7-25. And we've been going 7 minutes into quarter number 3.
So, bit of back and forth action here now, Aiden.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Trent. That was just frantic football there in the end. Emerald eventually getting that goal after multiple missed opportunities as the ball comes back into the middle.
Umpire brings the ball back into play here. And they get ready. So the ball's going to be brought up. So 7 minutes gone in the second half. Mackenzie goes early, but how do you say his name, Aiden? Help me out here.
Kahafney.
Kahafney gets it. They gets a forward kick. Johnson! It's been paid the mark, leading out. It's well taken. He'll take this kick from about 45 out by the time he goes through his momentum. It's a really nice, strong mark taken out in the lead on his chest.
It's what he can do, Dave Johnson. Didn't really need the best of service. He just flew in there and took the mark, and another chance for Emerald.
So they're coming in now. Begins his approach. Kick on its way. Looks good, and good it is! Johnson puts it through, finishes the job.
Snuck it home, and the Bombers 25 points adrift. 7-8-50 now they are, leading Berwick Springs 3-7-25, and David Johnson's kicked his first goal for the afternoon. A very important one there for the Bombers. It's 8 minutes now into quarter number 3, and Emerald just starting to get a bit of a break. Titans need the next one, Trent.
Yes, they do, Aiden. So they've got out to, 25 points, as you just mentioned. But they really need to get that. I'd say the next 2.
Yeah, 100%.
They need to get back-to-back goals. Get the momentum back in now. I thought they had it when they first came out, but the ball's thrown up now. Mackenzie gets probably the tap there, but here you go, Emerald again. McGough unable to pick it up cleanly. Clearing kick there by Berwick Springs, and it came off the bit of Malik. Now they can go. Here they are. They've got a chance here. Kick on the way from Gully. Ooh. Gully just misses his target, but Emerald mop it up. It's probably an opportunity they really need to gather. But here you go, Emerald now. They get the ball back. They're going to rebound from 50. That's a beautiful kick to the middle of the ground. Finding Ben Polar. Polar inside 50. Kick misses the target. And finding the hands of McConnell. McConnell to Morrell. Morrell now. Runs. Kick down the line. It's found his target in Mackenzie. Gives it back to Morrell. Morrill down the line. Can it might be taken? Yes, it can. Really good ball used there by Morrill 2 times in a row. Could they look to move it? They give it back to Morrill. So they really trust him with ball in hand. Kick on its way. Out the back, Carney can he get it under control? No, he can't. So Emerald can go through Cannon. Cannon misses his kick. Gully can't take it cleanly. It's a 4-on-1 in favour of Emerald. Unable to take it cleanly, they are no. But going in and getting it there for Berwick Springs was Souter Smith. And it's going to be a whistle and it's going to be a ball up. So no real clean possession being taken there, but Berwick Springs need to capitalise. They need a goal from this situation here. Ball's thrown up. Mackenzie does well, gets his body out, gets a tap over the top. But getting it out there was Emerald. And the handball releasing it was Webb. And they get a thumping kick down to nowhere in particular. McConnell is after being chased by Corsi. And it's going to go out of bounds underneath the lights.
So just to about half forward there from Emerald. Another frantic bit of play and a bit disappointing there for Berwick Springs. Getting it down there in, but not converting the goal. But might be in a chance to get a score here from the back half. So Dirksen will go up in the ruck this time for Emerald, up against Mackenzie. Mackenzie to the front. Dirksen, though, smashes it forward. It was sharked, though, by Johnson. Goes back the other way. He was looking for a teammate on that occasion there in Julia, but he couldn't quite get it. Now Emerald can go back the other way. McConnell thumps it away from Causey. He did beautifully, though. Causey centres the ball. Can't quite hit the target. Now Berwick Springs with another chance to get the ball out of there, but Emerald continue to press forward under all sorts of pressure. Here are the Titans. Miller gets the kick away. Oh, gee, they've just done it okay in the end there. And McCoulia did pretty well. Kick goes out wide. It's a good one as well on this occasion to Miso. Miso waits, goes inboard. That'll do just fine there to Cunningham. Cunningham will go short once again as well. To Nelson. Nelson to Irwin, who gets motoring. Long kick to centre half forward. Can he find a target? It's going to fall short. No mark can be taken. Picked up here by that man there in Webb. And now they get the kick clear through Wilder, but he might have turned it over. Johnson did well. Takes the chest mark. Handballs away to Morrill. It's a big long handball as well. Morrill, low spearing ball to half forward. Or about the forward pocket. And now the Bombers once again can get numbers back. They're still under pressure. They kick towards goals. Home! Something from nothing there for the Titans. And Berwick Springs do peg one back. It was genuinely...
Didn't quite see who it was.
No, it was very far away from us here in our commentary position.
By the looks of it, it might have been Whittingham again.
We'll try and figure that one out in a moment, but very important one
there. Put it this way, he's had a lot of half fives come his way.
Yeah, well, we'll back him in then, Trent. He's had a pretty good day as well. 4-7-31. It is Berwick Springs. And we do believe that was Jake Whittingham with his third goal of the afternoon. 3 of the 4 goals for Berwick Springs as the ball comes back into the middle of the ground. And Berwick Springs, Trent, can they get the next one?
This ball's back in the middle. They really need to get the next one. 12 minutes gone into the third quarter. Kapanki dumps it down. And now Emerald can go. They burst out of the centre. Russo gives a handball over the top to the other. Russo. There they go. Tackled. Can he get it over to Petter? Petter goes in hard, gives a handle out to Lewis. Lewis stats around his body and he's put it through. Lewis kicks his second.
Gee, talk about an instant reply, Trent.
Exactly. So he's put through his second as well.
Back to 25 points there.
Yeah, so they've just really taken control here, Emerald, by the looks of it. Berwick Springs they get one, but then Emerald just go and get... They'll probably go and get 2 now. That's what's been happening in this quarter by the looks of it so far.
No, I think you're right, Trent. Yeah, it's 2 goals to 3, I think, at the moment. So, yeah, they've had the better of it still, Emerald, but it's just the big question for Berwick Springs. Can they get the next one? Can they get the one after that?
I think they really need to start taking the game on a bit more, Berwick Springs. Like the way Irwin did when he ran up the middle of the ground just then. That was beautiful. It's probably what they need to do. Break the game open. Get themselves back into it. Kick on its way here. And it's going to be turned over. It's in the hands of McConnell. McConnell comes down the middle. This is better for Miso. Miso brings it wide. Looking for Fletcher. Fletcher, can he hold the mark? Yes, he can. Fletcher now assesses his options and goes and puts it wide to a leading Baselli. Can he take it? Yes, he can. Can he shrug the tackle? Not quite. But now in the hands, they're going to mop it up. They're going to go back. Berwick Springs are going forward. This is in the hands of Mass. Mass puts it inside forward 50, and they've done this well. They've got it to the top of the 50. Kick inside forward 50, unable to. But can anyone get on the back of that? Kick on its way. And it's a goal.
There we go. So another something out of nothing there for Berwick Springs. And again...
I think it was Miso. We'll have a look when he turns around. I can see exactly who it is.
So back to 19 points. Berwick Springs 5-7-37.
In fact, it was.
It was Misso. There we go.
Yeah, Michael Misso put through his first. It could have been him who kicked the other one as well, but because I know he was around that area. It's just this big ground, Aiden. It's hard to see.
It is.
Beautiful facilities out here, though.
Yeah, and 2 just something from nothing goals. But back to 19 points the margin. So they did get the next one, Berwick Springs. Now can they get the one after that? So it's back in the middle of the ground. Bombers still leading by 19 points. They'll still feel fairly comfortable, but just need to contain any kind of momentum from Berwick Springs. 14.5 gone into the third quarter. Cahafney up against Mackenzie. Mackenzie won the tap, and it's that man again, Miso, getting them forward. Can he find the teammate? The bounce wasn't great there for Carney. They still might be open here, Berwick Springs, but they've turned it over, and the Bombers can go back the other way. Wilder gets a kick away, and he's done that pretty well to Lewis. So Lewis can assess the options. Wheels onto the right boot, looking for Johnson, who's got the front spot. And that's a beautiful hand. Stuck it in the midst. And Johnson on that non-preferred left boot over the head of Cahafney. What can the big ruckman do here? He's got to track it back. Clever little tap on. They might be in here, but Wilson can't keep it in play. So it finds its way over the boundary line, and it will be thrown back in. Johnson will do the ruck duties against Mackenzie again. So boundary throwing into the forward pocket. Johnson races to get front position, and he's won the tap as well, but it might be sharked here by one of the Berwick Springs players, and it is all dispossessed. Under all sorts of pressure are the Titans. The Bombers are swarming him. Now Russo, he didn't get a kind bounce. Dirkson's handball was smothered. Now they can get it away, the Titans. Gooley got the handball away just in time, but he's turned it over. They can reload the Bombers. Not really too sure where to go. Polar sends it inside forward 50. Long kick. Johnson flies back. Can't take the mark. And it's rushed over for a behind. So back to a 20-point margin for Emerald. 8-9-57. Leading Berwick Springs 5-7-37. So the Titans can bring it back in. And it's got to come back. So this will be take 2. So what can they do here, the Bombers? Can they win it back? Can the Titans go end to end? Kick up the middle is a dangerous one, but it should work out okay. They had plenty of space. So Cunningham did that pretty well. He looks at Mackenzie. Kick probably wasn't the greatest. It flies over his head. Seskus tracking it back for the Bombers, but they might be away. Berwick Springs, no. All the players slipping over, and Seskus, no, he's giving away a free kick. There we go. So there was a push there to the outer side of the ground. Berwick Springs can bring the ball back inboard. Here is Johnson. What can Chris Johnson do? Long kick inside the forward 50. Looking for Baselli, and he's got it. So once again, Caden Baselli can go back and line them up. He's about 25 out on a bit of an angle, and if he can kick this, he can get that margin back to 14 points. Big kick in the context of the game. The Titans need this one to go through. Baselli just using up the full 30-second allotment as he begins his approach now. Plenty of pressure on this kick as he really starts to wind it up now. In comes Baselli. It's looking a little bit offline, and it's going to stay that way. It's a disappointing result there for the Titans. 5-8-38. Trailing Emerald 8-9-57. We've been going 7.5 into quarter number 3.
So Emerald bring it back in from the defensive 50 now. They're trying to play on, but he's dropped it. He's dropped it. He's probably going to get pinned for holding the ball, but they've just got the clear away. Clearing kick away is going to be in the hands of Dylan Corsi. Dylan Corsi now assesses his options and brings it long down the middle of the ground. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. They get the ball moving straight away. Can they get out of here? Yes, they can. Kick to the top of the square. Open goal square. Kick is on its way.
Snick the post.
Kick was on its way, and that was off the boot of Seskus. I really thought he had it, but it just managed to nick the post. As Irwin quickly gathers the ball. He wants to get the ball moving quickly and goes wide in the pocket of Green. Green gives it back to Irwin. Irwin stabs a kick, and it might be taken. Yes, it can. Good mark taken there by Fletcher. Fletcher on the outer side of the ground. Decides to go long down the line. Can a mark be taken? No, it can't. Pack forms. No one really get clean possession. Emerald looked to mop it up, but Berwick Springs, they're applying the pressure in the hands now of Emerald. Thumping kick inside forward 50. Dirksen is there. What can he do? But it's punched away. It's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Berwick Springs, I believe. Or am I saying... No, yeah, definitely. I didn't know if I was seeing things. It's going against Dirksen. And it's going to go to Irwin. So as the ball regathers itself from the car park, Irwin has a look at his options where he's going to kick to. We are 19 minutes into the third quarter. It's going to be an interesting last quarter as he kicks down the middle of the ground. It's a nice kick and finds Carlin. Carlin now kicks it again down the middle. Can it be taken? Flying there was Carney, unable to take it cleanly. In fact, it was Misso. They go wide. Emerald now look to regain possession. This is in the hands of Wilson. Wilson now looking for Cannon. Cannon does it. He does what Cannon does. He gets it and plays on and delivers to Dylan Corsi. Maybe a bit too far to score, so he plays on, wheels around, puts it on his boot. Can he get the kick? There's the touch. Yes, it is.
Oh, gee.
Petter trying his best to help it on its way on the line, but unable to do enough as McConnell just manages to get that little hand to it is what they needed.
So it goes to the outer side of the ground. Berwick Springs defence under all sorts of pressure. It's Fletcher with ball in hand at the moment. Oh, his kick was smothered. It's found its way over the boundary line. So beautifully done there by Seskus. 20 minutes gone into the third quarter. So we're into red time. As we wait for the boundary throw-in, Johnson's going to go up in the ruck here, and it looks like Malik's going to go up with him. So Malik to the front. Wins it as well. Trickles along the ground. Huge numbers around it. There's a free kick for a hold. I think it's going to go the way of the Titans, I believe. And yes, it is. So there we go. Cunningham hands it off to Johnson. Johnson got the kick away just in time. He was being pursued pretty quickly. Up the middle of the ground go the Titans. Long kick to a one-on-one. Oh, beautifully done there. Fantastically done by Mitch Thomas. Read the play beautifully and cuts it off. And Emerald can rebound. Chips it across. That's going to work out okay to Webb. Webb's got Wilson all on his own. He chips it short to him as well. Wilson assesses the options up ahead. McGough provides a lead. He might get one out the back here. No, he couldn't take the mark. And two teammates have spoiled each other because Russo came in and almost blocked his own teammate. Umpire calls them to go. The ball comes back to Souter Smith. Handballs it over the top to a teammate. Did that pretty well on that occasion there to Carney. Long kick down the line, but beautifully done once again by Thomas. Good minute here for Mitch Thomas. 2 intercept marks. Fairly long kick down the line. It's over the head of Rich, but it's fallen into the lap of Russo. Thought about handballing to Edwards. Goes further afield. Calls. He can't quite take the mark. Here is Edwards. Chips it across and McGough on the end of it. He's got Dirksen, but he's going to go back and take the shot. Exactly right, Trent. Just spotted him too late.
It's probably going to come right near the end of the quarter. 22 minutes gone.
That's it. So
already into red time.
So 35 metres out. Here's McGough. In fact, wearing the number 35 as well.
You'd be a big fan of... I like that, Ed. You'd be a big fan of the Matty Lloyd grass.
Oh, 100%. He's in the Essendon jumper as well, isn't he? The red and black. And he comes now, McGough, and he's put it across the face.
It's good to see you still in my work with the numbers there, Ed. I only pulled that one out 2 weeks ago, but we'll let it go.
Oh, 100%. 8-12-60. So disappointing result there for McGough. 1 goal, 2 ears. So we just wait for the ball to... 2 goals to us, I think, in fact, he is. And kicking duties here for Brent Irwin. There's 22 and a half minutes have elapsed into the third quarter. So as Trent mentioned, can't be too long left to go until three-quarter time.
As they bring it in now for Irwin. Irwin, kick is safe. No, not quite. Looking for Gully, unable to take it. It's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. And Gully was just helped along his way towards the fence. But... he manages to regain himself, grab hold of the fence to slow himself down. The ball's getting thrown back in here. The ball up in the air, no real clear winner by the looks of it, but they get the handball at the back. Emerald thumping kick inside 450. Rich is there, Irwin is there. 2 is staying in play. No, it's going to go out of bounds on the full, so the ball will come back to Irwin. He's had plenty of the ball in the back half, could spend a lot of time down here.
Yeah, no, exactly right. He's been pretty busy, Trent, you're right, but... yeah, just not really getting the ball out of there at the moment, the Titans.
So Irwin has a look and decides just to go down the line, straight to an Emerald player though, and it's going to be in the hands of, looks like, how we say his name again?
Kahafney, I think.
Kahafney, and the mark is taken there by Adrian Russo.
I don't know if it's right, but that's what I'm going with. We might need to check with Emerald at some point, but...
so Kahafney to Adrian Russo there. Can they... This one would really hurt them.
Oh, will, Trent. This would be a genuine red time goal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so kick is going to be on its way any second. Russo Gets it off the boot. It's going to go just across the face, though. So, a second minor score for Adrian Russo today. And it's going to be brought back into play now. And the umpires asking McConnell to come back. Probably the old flags weren't waved, I don't think, Aiden.
And take 3, in fact. So
what's the problem here?
No, I think Morrell's inside that protected zone, so he's too close in.
Okay, yep.
So out it comes, and that's not a great kick. And Emerald are going to go back the other way. Long kick towards goal from Johnson, the check side.
Cannon.
Oh, sorry, Cannon, in fact, and he's just missed. So 8-14-62 Emerald. So they were pretty accurate in the first half, but just eluded them a bit this quarter. Really could have put Berwick Springs away, but to a 24-point margin now as well. So this time Morrell's going to take the kick-in duties. 25 minutes have elapsed into this third quarter. This is the longest of them so far. So Morrell takes a bounce. Long kick down the line to a 1-on-1. Lewis gets to the front, and so too did Johnson. And he wastes no time. Low spearing ball, and here is Rich. And he'll line them up from 40.
But Sion won't be far behind him either, I don't reckon.
No, you're absolutely right, Trent. 25 minutes. 7 minutes of added time already in this quarter, so Josh Rich can go back.
I don't know about you, Aiden. Fan of the long sleeves.
Yeah, there's a couple of them out there today. It is pretty cool out there with the wind. So Rich comes in. This to make it an even 30-point margin. This would make it really tough for Berwick Springs if he can kick this. Rich. Well, not going to make the distance, is it? No, it is, but it's offline once again. So really just keeping the door ajar for Berwick Springs. It's a 25-point margin now, but the Bombers doing it in points at the moment. So Aiden Nelson short with a kick to Souter Smith. Not really a whole lot to go to. Just one-on-ones everywhere down the line. So that's what he'll do. Long kick up and under. Baselli takes the mark, but the siren's gone. We're Alec first Pakenham. And we're underway in the last quarter. Kahafney wins the tap up against Malik on this occasion. Ball going towards Emerald's half of the ground, but it was beautifully picked up at ground level there by Miso. Berwick Springs now can get the first clearance. That kick just going to fall short of the target. Just bouncing funnily there for Carney. Not a very kind one at all. Carasoni tracked it back beautifully. Takes under his wing. Covers enough distance before getting the bounce away. Long kick, and he might have turned it over. No, they can continue to press the Emerald. Rich, low spearing ball over everyone's head. Now chasing after it beautifully there was Russo. Couldn't quite get under his control. What can they do here, the Bombers? Umpire calls them to go. Russo, once again, did that beautifully. Kick into the pocket. Not going to find anyone. Is it a free kick here, is it? Some cheers from the crowd, and there is a free kick, and it looks like it'll be Rich. So nearly a minute into the final quarter, and Josh Rich, gee, this would be a body blow if he could kick an early one. Not what Berwick Springs would need. So he's really going back quite a long way as Josh Rich. He's only got a kick of about 20-odd metres, but he's nearly back on the 50 arc. So really wanting to wind up here. Here's the Emerald number 2, and he comes. To make it a 31-point margin, early days in the last quarter. Speeds it up, does Rich. And it's offline. There's a cheer from behind the goal. That completely freebie, Trent. The goal umpire was straight away signalling her behind, and there was a cheer from the crowd. Anyway, it's going to come back in. Long kick up the middle. Cannon will park himself underneath it for the Bombers on. Nearly taking the mark there was Carney. And he's been paid the mark as well. So really good stuff here for the Titans so far. Carney loads up on that right boot. It's a pretty good one. It might just be over the head of Cunningham, but it is. And Thomas cuts it off, and the Bombers can go back the other way.
They retreat. Rebound from 50 through Thomas. Brings it back into the middle, looking for Wadsworth. Wadsworth takes the mark in the middle of the ground. Has a look at his options. Don't need to do anything silly, so he goes wide and finds Cannon. Cannon does what he always does. Plays on. Darts away. Puts a stumping kick inside. Forward. 50 can and Marbury taking. Yes, he can. This guy's been good all day. It's Irwin. Irwin. Now. Wheels around. Puts it on his boot. Gets a little spoil in there. Does Wadsworth. And it probably affects the kick a little bit more, but Berwick Springs have still got it, in fact, going forward. And they've got it. They're tapping it. Here they go now. One bounce. Snapping it, trying to get it into the direction of a teammate of Carney, but he's tackled straight away. Gets a handball away. Now mopping it up is Thomas. Great chase down tackle there by Wadsworth. And Thomas gets it out to Nick Russo. Russo tucked away on the boundary here, right near the coach's box in the interchange bench of Berwick Springs. He's told to play on, so that he does, and he outruns Pacelli there, and he gets a handball over the top, and Russo will get it back here, but he's met front on by Misso, and he's going to be pinned for holding the ball. Bit of a hospital handball there, Aiden, but they get the ball moving. Into the 50, looking for Carney. Yes, he's taking it. So Carney now will line up. His kick will come from about 40 out. Angle, it's a slight angle, nothing major.
No, it's going to be the journey, isn't it, Trent?
Carney coming across from Narry Warren this season. So he starts his approach here. And he comes. Ball leaves the boot. It's on its way. It's probably going to fall just short. And it might be taken. And it's thumped over the line by Cannon. So just falls short off the boot of Jet Carney.
So Cannon, who's had a pretty good second half, just getting that one to safety for the Bombers. And he takes the kick in duties as well. It's a beautiful kick as well, Sam Cannon. He finds the chest of Thomas. And Thomas will hand it back to him as well. So Cannon, take two as well. Long kick looking for Kahafni. It just a little bit too much on it for him. And they might just get it over the boundary line here, will the Titans, and they do. So a boundary throw in on the broadcast side wing. So can they reload here, Berwick Springs? 25 points down at the moment. Need to get this first goal. In it comes. Kahafni to the front. Wins the tap. Once again heads towards the boundary line. Beautifully picked up by Dylan Causey. Kicks it around his body. It beats everyone. Rich came up to meet it, but no, the ball's gone past him as well. Here they go, the Bombers inside forward. 50. Oh, Dirksen was there, but it was beautifully cut off. So the Titans get out of jail for the moment. Not really too sure where to go. So a little chip kick up the line. Finds Johnson. Johnson wheels onto that right boot. Up the middle of the ground they go. This is what they've got to do. Looking for Baselli, but the kick had too much, and Wilder had the ball come to him right on his chest, and he goes across looking for Webb. It's not the greatest kick, but Webb will get there. He's got plenty of room. Webb kicks it up the line. Not a bad-looking one, and the mark is taken. McGough, oh, it's a 25-metre penalty as well. Not the result that the Titans needed. So McGough, he won't be close enough to score, but maybe close enough to set someone else too. So he wheels onto that right boot. McGough gets it to about centre-half forward. Oh, Malik couldn't quite stick the mark. Now they're a chance. Dylan Causey hands it away. Here's Polar. Kicks into the pocket. And it's just going to fall short there of, I think it might have been Dirksen. Here we go. Kick towards goal from Johnson. It's just fallen short. There we go. So another behind for the Bombers. 8-7-65, and it was rushed over once again. Couple of shots of goal falling short. Oh, that's an interesting kick from Morrill. Do they keep it in play? The Titans attacking it there was Edwards. And eventually the Bombers will see it over, and it'll be a boundary throw-in once again on the broadcast wing.
So it's on the broadcast wing. The boundary umpire gets around to the ball now, getting ready to throw it back in for two ruckmen to go at it. As the ball comes back in. Ball's thrown up. We're going to tap Emerald there, get it down. And they get it out to Polar. Can he take it cleanly? No, he can't. Could have got a high contact free kick, but he doesn't. Goes in with the second Evans, tackles Morrell. And the ball's at the bottom of the pack. The umpire's letting this go, and he's going to pin him. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Emerald. Berwick Springs look very shocked. But it's going to come back, and it's going to go to Corsi. Corsi, about 75 from home. Assesses his options. Then Wilson puts it to the boundary line inside forward 50. Can it might be taken? No, it can't. But it's in there forward 50 now. Can they create something of this? And it's going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. So, boundary umpire now to regather the ball. Putting their hand up for Berwick Springs there is Malik. So the ball's thrown back in. Both ruckmen get a hand on that as they regather this now. Here they go. It's going to be a high contact free kick. It's going the way of Emerald. So they're going to get a shot on goal from Ewan Wadsworth. I believe it is.
Yeah, Ewan Wadsworth it is who's going to line up here.
He's going to line up from about 15 out by the time he puts it on his boot. Should just about be a certainty, Aiden. Have I put the moz on him? We'll have to wait and see. But I think this would be just about a certainty. As Wadsworth comes in now. Begins his approach. And, yep it's in. And it's touched. I put the moz on him. Of course.
Oh, no. Yeah,
Oh, no.
Oh, dear, Trent.
Aiden, take it away. Oh, just take it from me. just.
So another
Take it. Headset's off.
The headset's come off. No mark can be taken. Here we go. The Titans might go end to end here. Long kick. Looking for that man batting. Oh, no. Whittingham. He was there, but it just finds the chest of Thomas. And Thomas can get the Bombers out of jail. But for how long? Here comes Baselli. He lays the tackle, but the Bombers have got the numbers once again. Edwards centres the ball beautifully. And now they can go. McGough kicks it across goal. It's a beautiful kick to Webb, who takes the mark. Webb hands across to Carasoni, who can go for a little bit of a run. Chips it short to a one-on-one. Oh, no mark can be taken. They've still probably got control at the moment, do the Bombers, but a strong tackle laid by Carline, and he's won himself a free kick, Carline. He's got to get moving. They need a couple of quick ones to the Titans. Interesting wobbling ball, and he's turned it over, and Cannon forces the interception the other way. Kick inboard. Works out all right for the moment to Wilson. Wilson short with that one. It's a good one to Wadsworth. Oh, dangerous one. Wadsworth turned it over. Morrill takes the intercept mark. Long kick off the left boot. It's an up and under ball. It wasn't Morrill because he's on the end of this kick here. The fist comes in from Wilson. Oh, no, it's bouncing over everyone's head. Beautifully done there by Webb, but Wilson couldn't take it cleanly, crashing through the pack here. One of the Berwick Springs players, I think that was Baselli. That was Kyan Baselli. Oh, was he pushed in the back? Yes, he was. So it's a free kick for Berwick Springs. Probably too far out to score. In fact, definitely too far out to score. Baselli, a little bit unsure where to go. Oh, Johnson's come in and smothered Baselli. Didn't see him there. Johnson gets the handball away, but he's turned it over. Aidan Nelson sells the candy to a couple of Bombers, then goes across goal. It's a dangerous one. Tracking it back there is that man there in McCullia.
Johnson.
Can he get it under his control? And once again, McGough gets across. Gets it. Oh, it's a wobbling ball. It might. Oh, beautifully done there by Seskas. Read the bounce of that ball beautifully. Goes short with a kick. That's a really good one as well. Lewis loads up on the. It's not Lewis. It's Causey. Long kick. Oh, there we go. Out the back is Johnson. And Johnson sells the candy onto the left boot. And he's missed, but it won't matter because he's found the chest of one of his teammates. And we'll try and figure out who that is in a moment.
Causey.
Causey, is it Dylan Causey? There we go.
Tell by the boots.
So Dylan Causey, yes, you're right, Trent. We'll line up from only about 15 out directly in front. This, you would think, Trent, should go through. In he comes. And he puts it away. It's a 33-point margin for the Bombers. And it's a big mountain to climb now for Berwick Springs. You reckon they might just about be home. 9-8-72 Emerald. Lead Berwick Springs 5-9-39. As we wait for the ball to come back through to the middle of the ground. Dylan Causey with his first goal of the afternoon. Fantastic stuff here for Emerald. Probably had the better of the contest so far. They've really started to pull away in this second half. Just haven't been able to have the accuracy, but it was on show on that occasion. So 33 points of difference. 11 minutes gone into the final quarter. Probably not enough time now for Berwick Springs, unless they can really get motoring, get a couple of quick ones. But do you think the Bombers are just about there? They've got one foot in the door.
They bring it back into play here. Ball now is going to be thrown up. Emerald just really taking control of this game, haven't they, Adam? So the ball's back in the middle now, thrown up. Malik wins the tap there. But Emerald, again, managing to get the clearing ball, and they pick it up, and it's mopped up through Carasoni, and they get it out the back. This is Petter. Petter tries to dance around Gully, but Gully doesn't let him through. And it's holding the ball. And Gully does let him know about it as well. So Gully will get it now. 60 from home. In fact, it's going to be a reversal now by the looks of it. It's going the way of Emerald, Aiden.
Yeah, there we go.
It's going to go back to Petter. I don't know exactly what happened, but maybe the treatment after the tackle, but Petter now has it. And what are we, 12 minutes gone in the last quarter, and 33 points is the margin. As the ball comes in, and Berwick Springs have got it on the turnover. They bring it back into Misso. Ooh. Misso, called to play on his tackle. It's got to be holding the ball then. Yep. Yes, it is. And it's going to come back to Emerald. It's in the hands of Cannon, the steamroller, as he comes through, and he switches it out to Causey. Causey just chips it down the line, looking for Kafagni. No, he puts it, gives a handball inboard. This is now in the
Carasoni.
Carasoni Has a whistle been blown? Is it holding the ball? Yes, it is. And it's going to go back to Green. Green gives a handball to the running player. And it's going to be a kick. And a kick is on its way. And it's going to find Nelson by the looks of it. Nelson is tackled. Tried to get the handball back to Cunningham. Unable to do so. So now mopping it up here. Emerald. Lewis snaps it around his body and finds Poller. Poller now pushes off his mark. Then does a short stabbing kick. And finds the captain in Petter. Petter. Comes wide, back to Lewis. Lewis, short, finds a teammate, and they bring it straight back into the middle. Can a mark be taken? Looking for Nick Russo. No, it's intercepted there by Gully. It's had a few good moments here. Gully also gave a free kick away, but he gets a handball into Sutter Smith. Sutter Smith looking for Baselli. Good mark taken there from Baselli. Might be a bit too far out. He'll be kicking from just behind 50. As they get ready to go. Maselli's backing himself in here for the shot. It's going to take all of it, especially the heavy legs late in the game. His jumper's been through wars. As he's gone in, kicked on its way. Ooh. Distance looks all right, but accuracy looks off, and that it is. So it's going to go through for a minor behind. His second minor score for the game.
So the kicking duties here with, I think it's Wilder by the looks of it. No, Thomas. Long kick down the line, and he's got Lewis. He's got plenty of room, Lewis. The skipper and Petter asks for it, but he's going to have to put the Shepherd on instead of Lewis. Eventually does handball to Petter. Petter gets the handball back to Lewis. Lewis ran into a bit of trouble and all this. Stuffed this up, Emerald. Baselli did well. He's tracked it back. Had the shot at goal moments ago, and now he's applying some defensive pressure. And there will be a stoppage on the broadcast side wing. So doing it pretty well at the moment, the Bombers. Still 32 points adrift to Berwick Springs. 14.5 gone into the final quarter. Up it goes. McKenzie did that pretty well. Getting the handball away on that occasion was Gooley. Here we go. Fletcher chips it in. He's got it. So now across they can go again. Here is Aidan Nelson under all sorts of pressure, but he gets the handball away just in time to Fletcher. Reece Fletcher now onto the left boot. Not a bad looking kick to a 1-on-1. Oh, gee, Cannon overrun it. And now they can go. Miso, can he get it under his control? Yes, he can. Gets the handball away just in time. Probably not the best one, but Whittingham centres the ball. Oh, no, it's not going to work out okay. And that man there, unfortunately, in McCoolier just couldn't quite get to it in time. But now there's another opportunity. Miso is playing for deliberate, but he's not going to get it. Really paid in the Outer East League here. Got to be genuinely blatant. So we'll have a boundary throw in now. Outer side of the ground on this occasion. Dirksen to go up on the ruck up against McKenzie. So here we go. Ball thrown back into play. McKenzie gets to the front, smashes it towards the boundary line. Carasoni will track it back. He'll be under a bit of pressure here, though, from Carney, but he'd done that beautifully. Carasoni knocked it away, then got it on his control. That's a beautiful kick as well to Lewis, who had plenty of room. Now Lewis, what can he do? Continues to go further down the ground. The kick not the greatest, but Petter should be able to get to it eventually. Oh, he just fumbled it momentarily, did Jake Petter. Now we can put him inside forward 50. Johnson, is it? Oh, no, it's fallen short. And there's a free kick for a push. And it will go the way of Dave Johnson, who can line them up from about 40 out directly in front. This to make it 38 points for the Bombers. Johnson, oh no, he might have turned it over. Rich will get it under his control. He'll have a kick towards goal, and I think he's missed everything, Trent. Yeah. No, he's just snuck it through for a behind. Gee, so interesting decision. Don't know why Johnson didn't just back himself in. But anyway, back to 33 points the margin now for Emerald.
Yeah, so they bring it back into play now. Mark is taken here. And they're bringing it through, it looks like to be Morrell. And he brings it back inboard and finds a teammate in the middle of the ground. They look to just wheel around and play on straight away. Baselli presents an option. Can it might be taken? No, but it's going to come out the back. Mizzo can pick it up cleanly. He does. Snaps it. Dribble it. It's on its way, and it's a goal.
There we go. So Misso gets his second goal. Back to 27 points. Probably could have run all the way in, Trent, but doesn't matter in the end.
I think it's just too late now, Aidan.
Yeah.
17 minutes gone. 18 minutes plus stoppage time. Yeah, you'd say there's probably about 5-6 minutes left.
Well, quarters today, Trent, 22, 23-8 and 26-7. So, yeah, there might maybe be about 8 minutes left in the game. But, yeah, it's probably not going to be enough. There's still at least 5 goals required here for Berwick Springs. So they'd need to get a couple of quick ones.
Yes, they would, as they bring the ball back in here.
So, yeah, looking like it probably will be an Emerald win at this stage. Game not over yet, but it's a big task for Berwick Springs if they were to get it done from here.
As they bring the ball back into play here, and the boundary throw-in is going to occur. What are they waiting for?
Oh, I've no idea, Trent, but they're going now.
As it's up now. Ball's tapped down by Dirksen. Polar gets it out to Lewis. Lewis gets a kick on it on his boot. Doesn't travel very far. Dropping it up is Green. I know we'll take it cleanly though. He's Irwin. He's been good all day. Down the back. Now they get a few handballs and they run. They take one bounce. They put it inside forward. 50 Baselli's coming out here. That's a great grab.
Whoa. Okay, hang on.
He's getting off his mark quickly too, Aiden. Let's just hope he doesn't rush the process. So he quickly pushes off his mark. This one needs to go through though. So Baselli now. He's had a couple of key moments. Lines up. Hit the scoreboard for a goal. Can this be the time? Man of the moment. And he's put it through.
There we go. All right.
Caden Baselli puts through his first and it's down to 21 points now. So they need 4 goals in, you'd say, about anywhere from 4 to 8 minutes.
That's it, Trent. That was a quick one out of the centre they need. If they can do that again, gee, maybe. Maybe, just maybe. Who knows? So the ball goes back to the middle of the ground once again. And Berwick Springs just put 2 quick goals here. We know now into red time. It's still a massive ask, and they really need to make sure Emerald don't get any more scores from here. 2 behinds maybe at the most. They've still got 4 goals to kick to get themselves back in front. So not a lot of time, but those 2 quick goals suddenly maybe just breathe just a little bit of life back into it. So McCaffney back in the ruck. Russo, did really well. Busts away from the pack. Gets the centre clearance. And, no, the Berwick Springs defender losing his feet at the wrong moment. And now the Bombers might be a chance here. Anyone's ball, beautifully done by Johnson. Got the handball away. Now the Bombers might be, not the Bombers, the Titans, in fact, might be away. They can move the ball to the outer side of the ground. Here is Souter Smith. Takes a bounce. Might have a second. No, he doesn't. Low spearing ball. Carasoni tracking it back and he gets under his control. So the Bombers force the turnover once again. McGough under pressure. Gets the kick away just in time and beautifully done there to Caffney. Where can he go? In no real rush at the moment. And just chips it short. Back to Carasoni. And Carasoni in no hurry to do anything. Can just run the clock down as much as he likes, and he might have run into a bit of trouble. He's got to get the handball away, and he did to Wadsworth. Wadsworth wheels onto that right boot and finds the target. So he finds Russo, who's also in no real hurry. So this is all Emerald really need to do from here. Just keep possession. That's a low spearing ball. That's a beautiful kick as well. Seskas marks, and he wastes no time. Has a bounce. Gets inside forward 50 to Isaac Seskas. He can have a kick towards goal. It looks pretty good, and it's cut off right on the goal line. Beautifully done there by Kyan Baselli, and he wastes no time. Gets the handball away to Green. Green with a long kick up the line looking for Morrill. He's in a bit of a 2-on-1. Wilson got the fist in just in time. Now the Bombers can race back and get that ball back inside forward 50. Wilson did really well. Gets the handball away just in time. Was he tackled high? No, ping for a throw. And Morrill, he wanted to play on, but he couldn't. It had to come back to the mark. They've got to be quick here, Berwick Springs. If there's any time left, they can't waste it. Oh, is that 25 maybe? No. Cunningham takes the mark. Kicks inboard. And he might have turned it over. Getting the fist in just in time there was Polar. Plenty of Bombers players now. Here is Seskas once again. Does beautifully to Dirksen. Dirksen plays on. Chips to full forward. They're going to get one out the back. Are they? Can Rich get under his control? No, he can't. Berwick Springs doing everything they can at the moment. Here is Aidan Nelson. He doesn't have a lot to go to. He eventually gets the kick away. And he's done pretty well to find Souter Smith. Just got to go up the middle of the ground now. Berwick Springs, they can't waste any time. But this kick's been turned over as well. Seskas once again chips it in and done that pretty well. And here is the skipper and Petter, who may as well go back and have a shot. They don't really need a goal here, but they just need to take some time off the clock. 22 minutes are gone now in the final quarter. And the skipper, Jake Petter, chips it in, and that's pretty well done in the end too. He's found Rich, who can go back and line them up from about 25 out, directly in front. And once again, absolutely no hurry to do anything here for the Bombers. They lead by 21 points. We're deep into red time now. 22 and a half gone into the final quarter. Another lead here, but don't think it's necessary. I think just the shot at goal is all you really need. And there's a siren. So the Bombers are home. It's just a matter of the margin. Rich, who's kicked a couple of behind so far, will come in. Absolutely no pressure on this kick. And he's put it out
Lots
to
of
the
pressure.
left once again.
Lots of pressure, Aiden.
And snuck it through for a behind once again, Josh Rich. So that concludes the Outer East match of the round here in round 9 between Berwick Springs and Emerald. The final scores, Emerald 9-20-74 have defeated Berwick.